I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes. A light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. You're here to be the one. You're here to make it fun. You've really got my head spinning. You brighten every room. You always leave too soon, and this is just the beginning. Oh, I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. You are incredible, so unforgettable, the one that everyone's eyeing. You are an awesome friend, and so magnificent, and there is just no denying. I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes. A light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you really are.
So I invite you to close your eyes, simply take a deep breath as we enter into this prayerful consciousness. This time of recognizing the love and presence of Spirit, the love and presence of this principle that we call God in our lives and in the world around us. As we allow our attention to move to the very center of our being, to our heart space, this seat of wisdom, the seat of deep connection to the Christ presence, to the center of being, the space that we share, the space that is our connectivity with God and one another. And so it is from this sacred space that we envelop those who are in transition by home, by state, through weather, or through the change in their experience. We hold them in the knowing that God is there, in the knowing that they are never alone. We affirm the wisdom, the will, and the power to connect with services, support, and the care that is necessary for all of those who are experiencing the displacement and loss from storms and natural disasters. In this moment, we see the unfolding good in situations rising into awareness, bringing an ease, even just for a moment. We are so very grateful to be the presence and power of love. And we allow these prayer requests that are spoken and unspoken on our hearts to be held in the silence for just a moment. We are so very grateful. And in the name, the nature of the living Christ within, we say together, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, dear ones. It's great to see everybody this morning. My name is Eleanor, and I'm here to lead us in affirmations and meditations today. Our affirmations are above on the screen. We're going to say them twice together. I celebrate the universal life force in all its expressions. Again, I celebrate the universal life force in all its expressions. Life is on perfect display, and that includes me. life is on perfect display, and that includes me. I choose loving behavior with all living beings. I choose loving behavior with all living beings. How beautiful. I invite you now to relax in your seat. Whatever that means for you, maybe rest your neck, your shoulders. You may gently close your eyes or avert your gaze into that infinity way. Let your arms grow heavy, your legs relax. Maybe ground your feet to the floor. Let's take 3 breaths together at your own pace. Life force. Animals, humans, plants, life force. There is a zeal in the spirit of life that runs through our systems. As Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore famously stated, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that are to be done by me today. He was 94 when he said that. Yes, our bodies sizzle and radiate with zeal as we evolve, progress, and develop our being. This zeal is the invitation for you to lean into your heart's development. It is your medulla oblongata's invitation to please and calm your body. When we watch animals, we witness raw, authentic energy. Animals coexist with each other in the ecosystem. Humans coexist with each other so as to love, share, and inspire. I know we might go to a store and fall into feeling all judgy McJudgerton, but our first unity principle tells us that there is one presence, one power, one source, one life essence. And all who breathe are heirs of the divine. The plant kingdom, which feeds and houses us, has the element of zeal in its survival and reproduction efforts. But an admirable trait of the plant kingdom is its purposelessness. In Buddhist tradition, purposelessness is the ultimate state of peace and homeostasis. As humans, we have sought and sought, but in all the generations, no one has found the one answer. And so it becomes evident that the less we seek, the more receptive we can be to the honest state of our being. Our being is peace. Our being is love. And by living without a fear of perfect purpose, we are open to receive the solace a purposelessness peace provides. So I invite you this week to spread love with zeal. I invite you now to lean into your peaceful state of being so as to comfortably, purely share your zealous love with all. I invite you to consider the oneness we share with all life beings on our planet. Our conviction of oneness consciousness enables camaraderie, mutual respect, and boundless love. let us sit in the silence together as we breathe. I invite you now to return to this space. Maybe wiggle your fingers, your toes, or look at your neighbor lovingly. Look at the animals and be filled with the power of life, the force of love, and the embodiment of the divine you are. We will repeat the affirmations now, once each. I celebrate the universal life force in all its expressions. Life is on perfect display, and that includes me. I choose loving behavior with all things. And so it is. Amen.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's not true faith in you, make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving of ourselves that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal life.
So if you didn't know, today is the day that we are blessing the animals. You've probably seen them, and of course, those of you watching online saw Sir Didymus sharing the meditation this morning and celebrating the song of St. Francis, the prayer of St. Francis. You know, this service, the blessing of the animals, was something that the first time that I experienced it, I thought, really? How is that going to work? And we had this beautiful, huge, full standard poodle over here who barked every 35 seconds. And it was amazing. It was so funny. His parents were here, his companions were here to perform musically, and so did he. It was wonderful. And this morning, as I was sitting over here, just kind of listening to the space, I thought, how interesting today. It's so quiet. And I know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 furry friends in this room. They've been so quiet. So, part of what I was experiencing as we were out of town this week at the conference, I kept thinking, gosh, I really miss my girls. I miss my little girls, my little Shih Tzu Cocker Spaniel mix and my Cavapoo. And as I was preparing for this message, I kept thinking, if I am missing them, and they truly are just an enhancement in my life. They are a presence that brings me joy. They are a presence that brings me peace. When we're really stressed out, what do? We go see our beloved animal companion. We go hold our pet or our cat, our dog. Some people love snakes and lizards and frogs. I like them over there. But what it allows us to do is it allows us, as Eleanor mentioned, to soothe our nervous system. And as I was thinking about our nervous systems, as I drove white-knuckled through Dallas, Texas, I thought, what a precious gift these animals in our world have to teach us, have to share with us. You see, when an animal gets stressed, let's say, have you ever watched a National Geographic episode where somebody's on the hunt and the music starts playing really loud and you're really pulling for that little mouse to get away, right? You see it. That long-legged burrow owl has come up and is sneaking and creeping and spots that mouse, right? And of course, there's some really, really soothing voice, usually with a pleasant British accent or something, narrating to take you along the journey. And you're watching. And you're torn because you really want the burrow owl to eat and you want that little mouse to survive, right? Do you guys know this feeling? Okay. So what I notice is that we see this activity, we see the surge in energy, we see the adrenaline rise in these animals, both of them. And we can recognize that in our own experience. Something happens, something that gives us a charge and our adrenaline rises and we're moving. So whether that's driving through downtown Dallas traffic and seeing the various zips and zaps of people and the motorcycles going, keeping the lanes steady while everyone else is still going 90 miles an hour in a 55. So here we go. What's the secret? Because for me, it took all day yesterday for my nervous system to re-regulate. But we watch animals with this incredible intelligence within their bodies, that they can be chased, caught, escape, and somehow pretty quickly recover. What's the wisdom that we can learn there? And I think that wisdom is really the presence. They're not worried about how they looked as they ran away. They're not worried about what kind of shoes they had on or if their hair got messed up. They are present to that moment. They're present to the experience of what just happened. And here's the other thing. They're present to what's happening now. It almost seems as though when we interact with animals, we interact with the very presence of being now. Being present now. So, one of my girls, we got her from a rescue, and her first human companion was an elderly woman who I imagine probably fed her steak and chicken and rice and all things wonderful. And then her human companion made her transition and died. So she went into another home, had experiences of not great treatment with some kids, had some rough interactions. So she was finally relinquished to a rescue. And when I found her, I went in and they said, you know, she's a little timid. She's a little nervous, a little anxious. And when I walked into that store where we connected, she literally leapt into my arms and was so happy. And I thought, she seems fine. So we took her. We got home. We discovered that this is the coolest dog that we've ever met because she kind of does backflips and looks upside down behind her. And we said, wow, she's so great. And then there's a little bunny rabbit who had the audacity to walk in the yard across the street 2 houses down. And the world came crumbling around us. And I said, okay, what have my animals, what have my observations of these creatures, of these sentient beings that experience the world with us, what has it taught me? And it taught me to redirect. So I would call her over and say, Coco, come here, sit. Because she loves to sit. She loves to follow that one command. So she would come over and sit, and I'd say, good girl. Oh, you're so good. You're amazing. You're wonderful. She's so happy. She's being affirmed. She's being loved. And she forgot that she was anxious. She forgot about that audacious bunny rabbit. And what it taught me was to remember to look at myself through the lens of that picture window. What is it? What is my bunny rabbit? What is my family's bunny rabbit? This thing that we are perceiving as being an incredible threat, but really is something that I just noticed. And then I went into full-on protection, fear, stress mode. Do you guys know that feeling? Seeing the proverbial bunny across the street, 2 houses down. Right? And then realizing, well, maybe that's not the way it's going to go. Maybe that bunny isn't here to break my windows and steal all my food, which I imagine that's what my dog thinks. Maybe that person that I was talking to that I perceived must have been thinking, about me, that threatened me, and now I'm stressed about it. Maybe all that I need to do is just stop and sit and say thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for welcoming me into this present moment, Spirit. Thank you for centering me. In Genesis 1:20 through 26, it is when God said, "Let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures. Let birds fly above the earth across the dome of the sky." So God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves of every kind, with which waters swarm, and every winged bird of every kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. When we see this process of calling into being, we know that the waters are bringing forth living creatures. In Unity, we have a practice called metaphysical Bible interpretation. It's really seeing beneath the surface, looking at what's possible to apply to our lives today. And when we have these creatures in the sea is the infinite sea of our thoughts, of this possibility, the spiritual opportunity for us to start seeing and plucking those creatures into our experience. The birds that fly above in the air, this ether of presence, where again we are connecting to that very divine idea within, bringing this thought, this object, this idea into expression. So we allow ourselves to be present in the moment. Present like our pets. As Diane were, if Diane were here, the animal chaplain who models such devotion and love and care for our animal brothers, sisters, cousins, and loves, she would say, "Don't call them pets. Call them companions." That's what they are. We know it, right? Do you remember your first true animal companion? I do. Her name was Gretchen. She let me poke her eyeballs. I was 2. I would sit on her and I would poke her face, and she would just get up and leave me, and then she'd come back for more. She was a big Doberman Pinscher. She was my closest animal companion for so long. I slept with her when I was afraid. I walked with her to feel safe outside. Truly companions. So Diane was kind enough to share a blessing that she holds. And I'd like to share it with you this morning. So to those of you watching at home, perhaps with a companion on your lap right now, and those in the room with a companion on your lap or perhaps just in your heart, I invite you to join us. Invite your other than human companions to join us for a blessing, if they wish to. We don't want to force them. Welcome to all furry, feathered, and scaled friends. May your days be filled with love. May your tummy always be full. May you always have a comfortable place to rest. May you have your human family experience much joy and companionship together. May your life be blessed. And now we'll take just a moment to remember those animal companions who have passed, who are no longer with us physically, but held very present in our hearts. We give thanks for the love and joy they brought into our lives and are grateful for the time that we had together. We honor their memories and the essence still with us. We'd also like to consider the rest of the animals and the human animal kingdom. There's a quote from Kate Foster, an author who shares children's poems. I think it's of a deep consolation to know that spiders dream, that monkeys tease predators, that dolphins have accents, that lions can be scared silly by a lone mongoose, that otters hold hands, and that ants bury their dead. That there isn't their life and our life, nor your life and mine, but it's just one teetering and endless thread, and all of us are entangled with it as deep as the entanglement goes. Right? And so now, as we experience the feeling of that entanglement, let's also remember the animals in our world that are often ignored or forgotten. We bless the animals of all types on all types of farms, in laboratories, in captivity, in aquariums, in zoos and circuses, animals who are hunted, trapped, or confined in fur farms, all animals who are exploited or abused by human hands. We ask protection and blessing for all beings. May you be seen, may you be heard, may you feel love. May you find peace. And may all our sacred brothers and sisters walk, fly, swim, and move in peace, love, and freedom. This is from Judy Karaman in Peace to All Beings. It is extraordinary the amount of peace and soothing expression we feel when we center into our connectivity with all of those around us. So I invite you, if you have brought your animal companion here today, at the end of service, after the peace song, I'll be doing the blessing here. If you are watching online and would like to have a blessing, be sure to put it in the chat or reach out to us on the website, and I will connect with you later this week. If you have an animal that would have been no to come here today, they would have said no. Please bring a picture, a photograph, and we'll bless together, for there truly is no distance in spirit. And finally, if you're like me and you have a blessed animal companion that you carry with you always, even though she's not in present being that I can see today, I would love to hold space with you for them as well. So let us hold our hands over our hearts say thank you. Thank you for the wisdom, the love, and the lessons of being present that we share in all being. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for sharing with me today.
Thank you, Reverend Samantha Jones. We are certainly blessed at Unity of Wichita by the music, the message, the meditation, and by love. So if you are blessed by this building, inspired by the message, motivated by the music, and want to step into your own flow of financial abundance, please consider giving a tithe or an offering this morning. If you're here in the sanctuary, there's an offering plate at the back as you leave. If you're at home online, go now to our donations page, our PayPal account, or our physical address. Whatever amount you are guided to give, just hold it over your heart. Bless it with your love. And let's say our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. Amen.
May the love of God burn so bright. This morning, I would like to invite you to join me in blessing the gifts that we receive. These gifts of spirit that go forward to be an expression of continuing, of connection, giving to the very space, presence, and people who feed our spiritual need. We are so very grateful, and in the name, the nature of the living Christ within, we say together, and so it is. Amen. So this morning, you may have noticed that I'm a little more comfy. It's not because I'm still stressed. It's because we are celebrating Unity of Wichita at Open Streets ICT, which is the downtown 4 miles of Douglas being closed. And Eleanor left with Sir Didymus to go set up early. So it's from noon to 4, or noon to 5. Thank you. And come on out. It's great fun. We're going to be at the corner of Douglas and Yale, and we'll have our booth. I'm taking your job. I know. I'm sorry. We'll be at the corner of Yale and Douglas. It's a great opportunity to just sit, connect with one another, a great opportunity to get up and walk around, to welcome people who are exploring new opportunities in their city to connect. So let's be a presence that we know we show up as. Good morning, Mr. Wayne Donner.
Good morning. One tag on to what Sam just announced. The booth will be at the northeast corner of Yale and Douglas. So plan your approach and your parking accordingly, okay? Because the parking does get tight down there on those little antique streets, shall we say. Okay, be sure to get your creativity and enthusiasm working together. 2 weeks from today, Sunday, October 17th, is Costume Sunday. I would assume that's connected to Halloween. Halloween's not listed in the announcement, but I'll just
It's going to be fun.
throw it out there.
We might do this again in April. You never know.
Is there a Halloween in April? I can't get rid of those things out in the garden for a whole year. Join the fun, come in costume. It's an invitation to have fun together. Remember to sign up for the move team that you most align with to help in the process of relocation. And the special meditation will be this Friday
Thursday.
at 6 p.m.
Does it say Friday? It's this Thursday. It's Thursday.
Okay. I stand corrected.
I was in Dallas, stressed out. I didn't have my dog. Okay. So we'll also be hosting the Creation Station event, which each year, or each month, there is an opportunity to be in the flow of conscious creation. This month they will be making gnome witches. So cute. All the supplies are provided. You just simply come and share in community and creativity. All right, please stand and connect with one another as we share in our prayer of protection, followed by the peace song. There she is. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.